Martian Games Book 1 Tank Off Classic. Chapter 2 The Battle of the Cafeteria. Cutlery pounded tables and plates rattled as every student in the Noctis Orphanage for Outreach and Betterment drummed in unison and watched as the two teams filed into the cafeteria. The Air Corps, Motor Corps, and Modern Tankery teams had not been out today, so it was just the two of them sharing the spotlight. On a catwalk high above, the Vice Principal watched, eyeglasses glinting in the darkness. He openly loved these displays of adulation and humiliation as they created conflict within the student body, which he could leverage for punishment. R10, the commander of the Abrams, walked front and center, straight-backed and formal, with no expression on his face. Behind him swaggered Jaguar, their driver, unashamedly gloating, with Mappo, their gunner, close behind, looking down. Last came Professor, looking happy in a casual way. Lightslammer headed the T90 column, trying to match R10's professionalism, but with dark clouds over his face. Superstorm and Indianapolis came on his flanks, looking resigned. The 5 members of the Tiger's tank crew came afterwards, shambling along and not really paying a lot of attention. R10 took one step forward, nodded his head, and extended his fist. Lightslammer matched his step and nod, and bumped his fist against the other. "Good game," they both said in unison. The rest of the cafeteria cheered, but more so because the formality was over and dinner was now served. "I wonder if it's red for dinner, in celebration of their win," said Superstorm hopefully. "It's never red," said Indianapolis, dejected. "It's going to be brown again." "Hey," said Jaguar, sliding back from his place in line and giving Lightslammer a punch in the shoulder. "That was pretty good showing." And after a pause, "For you guys." "Thanks," said Lightslammer stiffly. "I think we did better than usual." "Yep," agreed Jaguar, "but better is still not best, and so it's still losing." He shot some finger guns at Lightslammer and the team and laughed. They did not join in. "But seriously," he adopted an R10-like expression. "2 good moves. 1, that sudden stop while we were trailing you. Genius! Threw Mappo's aim off completely. You know she never misses. Man, she'll be berating herself over that for weeks." Mappo was standing right behind Jaguar, but wasn't paying attention. He stopped to give her a quick squeeze. "I still love you, babe." Then turning back to the T90 team, "Second, you were really quick to fire after I crawled over you." He waved his arms theatrically. "Yeah, I was kind of being a brass with that maneuver, but I couldn't resist. But you almost made me regret it." He shot a few more finger guns at them. Almost. The line had started moving, and Mappo plucked at Jaguar's sleeve to pull him back into line. "Flaccid brass pole," muttered Superstorm when he was out of earshot. "Thinks he's better than everyone, just because he served more time than the rest of us." "Shut up," growled Lightslammer. "You'd be wise to respect your elders. He is better than you." "Oh boy, here we go again," muttered Indianapolis. "Hey look, it's brown today," he said with mock cheer. Again, he added with substantially less cheer. "Just because you've served more time, you want everyone to lick your brass," complained Superstorm. "What have you done to deserve it?" "Oh wow," he continued in mock joy. "We didn't lose as badly. My amazing leadership due to my service record." "Improvement is improvement, brasshole," bitched Lightslammer. "You could recognize that, you would get better, instead of swirling around and around in circles like a piece of rust in the toilet bowl." He stabbed him in the chest with his fingers. "If you had been quicker when I gave the order to fire, we might have got them. You gave sensible orders from the start, or, occasionally explained your genius to us, so new people," Superstorm continued. And so it went on as they moved through the line. They got their metal-stamped tray with indented compartments, but the only thing available was brown, which was dished, in different amounts to each compartment. And the argument continued as they left the line and sat at their table. It stopped briefly as they ate the first few bits of food, and determined if their hunger or sense of taste was more important, and then picked up soon afterwards. It stopped when another student came by and sat. His hair was cropped on the sides like everyone else, but it was brown where it was not. Under his serial number, NOOB 2636, was hand-embroidered 150 millimeters. He knuckled his forehead to Lightslammer. "Reporting," he said. Lightslammer took a deep breath, then released it. He looked up at 150 millimeter, annoyance from his argument on his face, then back down at the table. "I know," said 150 millimeter. "We failed to guard the base. Jag fainted and spun, shower drove right after him and then half into the water. Loopy didn't have an angle for a shot, and the guy had the flag and was off before we could get righted. Sorry." Lighthammer grunted. "At least he didn't die this time. One less kill for them." I think Mappo took pity on us. She should have had the perfect shot with our nose in the water and our brass in the air, said 150mm. Sorry. Light Slammer shook his head. No, if they had the shot, they would have taken it. I think they wanted to grab and get out as quick as possible. He glanced down at the table to where R10 was sitting. That's more their style. There was a loud set of barks from the other direction, and Light Slammer turned that way, glaring. Fire Dog was on all fours on the table, facing his companion plates, to uproars of laughter. He closed his eyes and sighed. Can you do anything about him? 150mm looked with embarrassment in the direction of his crew. He just wants to be liked. He's usually funny, which is good for morale. He just doesn't know when to stop. I could give him some stopping lessons, volunteered Superstorm. You could be less nasty to him, too, said 150mm with an edge to his voice. He just wants to be liked, he repeated. Hey, boss, how about... began Indianapolis, pausing to see if Light Slammer was going to shut him down. How about you tell him if he remembers to speak human on the radio next time, he'll be Commander Slammer's biggest, bestest buddy. Light Slammer looked pained. And he could be the Abrams backup radio operator. Eh, boss? Command is the radio operator, complained Light Slammer. That will be over my dead... Yes, boss, yes, said Indianapolis placatingly. He's standby, and will only assume the position if you are dead. So you have nothing to worry about, am I right? Light Slammer rolled his eyes, and continued stirring his brown in the hopes it would make it better. 150mm shrugged his shoulders. I'll take it under advisement.